Oh, what's good, man? My name is FlemLo Raps, and today we got another Q&A video. Now I'm gonna go through this and attempt to answer everybody's questions. I do tend to get a little bit long-winded only because I like to try to paint a full picture and make sure you understand what I'm trying to convey and make sure that I'm actually answering the question and the shit that I'm saying is useful, not just, scrambling through it. But the very first thing that I'm gonna throw up here on the screen, sending a shout out to my boy Aaron Jones, UTEP actual real life running back. I started my series off with dude, and I hit him up on Twitter a long time ago. He hit me back and we follow each other. But he recently hit me up again and was like, man, I get hyped watching this series. And that was pretty dope, man. So I just wanted to throw that on, send a shout out to my boy Aaron Jones, man. He's coming off an injury this year. College football season starts soon. Good luck, bro. And I hope you kill it. All right, man. First question comes from Blake the Greatest. He says, hey bro, I'm recruiting an athlete who's got an 80 throw power and an 84 accuracy. Just how bad is having a quarterback with 80 throw power? Well, that depends on your play style. And he's an athlete, so is he a good athlete? You know what I mean? Is he fast? I would really kind of need to know his other attributes to tell you what I truly think. But 80 throw power quarterback is bad for me, for my play style, because I like a quarterback who can make all the throws. I hate to see an opportunity and not be able to take advantage of it. I just do not like those limits. But if you run a mostly option offense and dude is hella fast, then obviously you'll be fine. You'll be able to throw 15-yard passes and shorter, and even deeper passes than that if guys are just wide open. But the ball will sell a little bit. Guys could pick it off, and it'll take a long time to get there, and the defense will have a chance to actually make a play on it more often than a guy with a stronger arm. All right, Jackson Mercer asked, I know that this video is about UTEP, but in my dynasty with Clemson, I can't take a recruit from Florida State, but I beat them 45-14. Why can I not take a recruit from them? And also, will you be able to reschedule commit visits when the new games come out? All right, so that second question, I have no idea. But the first question, beating a team head to head in NCAA football 14 does not entitle you to their prospects. So again, it would really depend on where you are on the list and what you've done to that point. What's your overall record? What's their overall record? You know what I mean? All of that matters. How many points are you actually putting on them? How many points are they putting on them? How interested in your school were they at the beginning? How interested in their school were they at the beginning? So it might not just be like when a recruit's deciding, he's not just deciding on who wins the head-to-head matchup. If he's a quarterback and you got 3 freshman quarterback that's all 80 plus overall, then he might look to go over there. And they got a junior who's on his way out. You know what I'm saying? It's a million different variables. But basically what I'm saying is the head-to-head matchup is like one small sliver in what actually will win a recruit. All right, another question from Blake the Greatest, man. He asks, have you ever noticed that the game's star ratings are inconsistent? Like a 5-star be rated like a 74, but then I see a 3-star rated like a 79 or 81. Am I the only one that noticed that? Okay, no, you're not the only one that noticed it. I think what it is, I think it's actually very realistic if you think about it, because star ratings are based on stats generally, and on the game for sure. So say for instance that 74 overall running back goes to a team that runs like a wing T offense in high school, and all they do is run the ball. And he stacks up stats. His stats are through the roof, but his talent really isn't. You know what I mean? But due to his stats and the position that he was put in, and he had an amazing offensive line, he came out as a 5-star prospect. And then over here at another school is a very talented wide receiver whose offense runs a wing T. They run the ball all the time. He doesn't get a whole lot of opportunities, but his talent is actually through the roof. So once he goes to college, even though he was a 3-star prospect, they'll realize, man, this dude was actually a beast. He's an 80-something overall. You know what I mean? So I think that's very realistic, and that happens every single day. Also, a lot of the 3-star guys are JUCO guys, And so if you're a JUCO junior, you'll be a little bit further along than a true freshman 5-star guy sometimes, right? But a JUCO junior that's a 79 is not better than a true freshman that's a 74, because that true freshman is, if you redshirt him, he'll be a redshirt freshman that's a 79. He's the same overall now as a JUCO junior who's only got 2 seasons and he's got 4. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I actually like that in the game. I think it's extremely realistic, and it makes you do a little bit of work and a little bit of research. You can't just rely on the star rating. So I think it's dope. And if anybody like watch my recruiting, I get a lot of gems and, you know, a lot of rejects is what I call them, and that's usually who they are. Those 4 and 3-star guys who end up having really high overalls, who probably didn't get the opportunities in high school to go to these camps and all this stuff to be rated highly, but their talent level is actually through the roof. Arthur Lofton asks, FlemLo, hook me up with what team should I do and how to start like a long year dynasty. Okay, here's how you do it. All right, here's how I did it, and we're gonna go through all of this stuff in the future. You know, like the Aaron Jones stuff and how I started. Like I'm setting all of that up to give you like a recap. So it's gonna basically be like more player profile stuff. So that's coming. So just be patient with that. It's coming. But what I did when I started my UTEP dynasty was I started dynasty. I filtered 1-star schools. I held left. I looked left. I probably spit like 4 bars from, like, I don't know, let's say J. Cole or somebody, and then I let it go. It landed on UTEP. I picked them. I never looked back. So do the same thing. Owen Ferris. I guess this is Ferris. I think it's Ferris. Owen Ferris. That's what I'm saying. In my Navy dynasty, we've won every game in the past 13 or 14 years. Damn, bro. I don't remember. I haven't played in a while. We always end up with a top 5 recruiting class. Is there a way to make recruiting harder or make the game more fun? Yes. Yes, there are a lot of ways, man. Number one, you gotta understand, if you stay with a school for 13 years, and not to mention you've won every game in the 13 years, so your team is obviously beast at this point. So what I do is, at that point, you can either start over, like in the same dynasty, go get a 1-star school and play against your school. You know, go in the same conference as your school. You know what I'm saying? And you have Navy, assuming you put them in a conference, or put them in a conference, go get another 1-star school, put them in a conference with Navy, play them every year. I guarantee it'll be harder. Also, I have to assume that you plan on Heisman, crank the sliders. And when I say crank them, like, don't go and find my sliders or find somebody else's sliders. You know what you're good at. Like, if you're really good, like me, I'm really good at getting interceptions. You know what I'm saying? My user pick game is on point. So I turn my interception rate way down. You know what I'm saying? So I can't catch as many, makes the game more difficult. Turn the QB accuracy for the other team way up. You know what I'm saying? And then I start to make their running back ability better, make their blocking better, and just kind of keep going with the sliders and playing with them until I start to get interesting competitive games. And then every now and then I figure out that slider set and I start to completely destroy it, and then I have to tweak it again. As far as recruiting, like, if you go to a smaller school, recruiting will instantly be harder. If you want to stay with your school, the only thing you can really do, like, at this point, if y'all have won that many national championships, all your stuff is like sky high. So if you stay there, recruiting is gonna stay easy. You know what I'm saying? But in the beginning, it's not easy. So you have to build up to that. So what I would suggest, man, maybe you should a fresh start, man. Go to another school and try it out like that. Eli Gore asks, also, how do you recruit? Like, do you draft the top of each position or just players who you want to play? Players who I want to play for my team. I love speed. I love acceleration. You know what I mean? In the majority of my players. And then, yeah, that's how I recruit. I don't really care where they're rated. Like, the number 1 is, number 2. That doesn't mean nothing to me. All right, man. That's going to be the last question. Man, I hope this doesn't run too damn long. But hope y'all enjoyed the video. Also, if you got any more questions for me, man, leave them in the comment section below. I'll be more than happy to answer them for you. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to click goddamn thumbs up. Also subscribe if you haven't done so already. My name is FlemLo Raps.